Welcome to today's Explainer. I am super excited to jump into this material with you because we're looking at a totally necessary paradigm shift in how we handle something absolutely fundamental, water treatment. Whether we're talking about massive industrial cooling towers or, those beautiful water features you see in public spaces, maintaining water purity is a huge operational headache. Today, we're diving into a source that outlines a completely new, ecological way to tackle this. We're talking about moving away from those harsh, dangerous methods we've used for decades and looking at a system that actually achieves drinking water quality in a totally sustainable way. Get ready, because this is absolutely going to change how you think about facility maintenance.
Section 1. The Modern Water Dilemma.
To really appreciate the solution, we first need to look at the massive headache facility managers are dealing with every single day. We live in an era where pure, germ-free water is literally more critical than ever. But the traditional methods? Well, they're becoming highly problematic. So I want to throw this question right out to you. Is germ-free water actually possible without using toxic chemicals? Because for decades, standard maintenance in both industrial and recreational facilities has basically relied on one primary weapon: toxic biocides. To keep water clear and fight off microscopic threats, operators have essentially been forced to pour hazardous, poisonous chemicals right into their systems. It's a really heavy-handed approach that, sure, solves one problem, but creates a whole host of others, especially when it comes to environmental safety and workplace hazards.
Okay, let's dive right into this comparison. Over on the left, you've got the old way. It's defined by toxic biocides, the need for grueling manual labor, literally scrubbing tubes by hand to remove buildup, and the constant daily handling of hazardous materials. It's tedious, it's incredibly expensive, and frankly, it's dangerous. Now look on the right. Here we have the new way, which is driven by this ecological, green, safer technology. This approach focuses strictly on environmental compatibility and sustainability, ultimately giving you crystal clear water without that awful toxic footprint. It's a night and day contrast between the chemical warfare of the past and a clean, sustainable future.
Now you might be wondering, why is there such intense pressure to treat this water in the first place? Well, it basically comes down to compliance and safety. This is specifically highlighted by these terms you see here: VDI 2047 and the 42nd BM-CHV. These are incredibly strict German regulations and guidelines designed specifically for the hygienic operation of evaporative cooling installations. And the main goal? To prevent deadly Legionella outbreaks. These regulations represent an intense, non-negotiable urgency for businesses. I mean, you literally cannot operate a cooling circuit legally or safely without absolutely guaranteeing that Legionella bacteria are controlled. It's an immense burden on the shoulders of facility managers everywhere.
Section 2. The Ecological Solution.
And that heavy regulatory burden brings us directly to the breakthrough. We're going to shift our focus away from the toxic problem and introduce the specific technology that makes a chemical-free reality possible. Here's the logical flow of how this incredible system safely achieves its results, actually reaching what the source describes as drinking water quality. Step 1, you simply install the Green Safer system right into the water circuit. Step 2 is where the magic really happens. The system introduces biodiazone, which is a fast-acting, oxidative microbiocidal active ingredient solution. And finally, step 3, this solution completely breaks down and eliminates algae, dangerous biofilm, and yes, those highly regulated Legionella bacteria. So it essentially does all the heavy lifting of a toxic biocide, but it does it through an advanced, safe oxidative process.
Section 3. Industry and cooling circuits.
Let's see how this translates into massive, real-world applications, starting with the immense scale of industrial cooling towers. In the industrial sector, rolling out the Green Safer system yields two absolutely massive benefits. First off, toxic biocides, you don't need them anymore. And because you're dodging that hazardous chemical dependency, while simultaneously preventing biofilm buildup, your operating costs actually drop. It's a huge win. Second, compliance with those incredibly strict VDI 2047 and BM-CHV regulations becomes fully automated and totally seamless. You're effortlessly meeting safety standards, you're saving significant money, and you're running a highly environmentally conscious operation all at the exact same time.
Section 4. Water features and swimming ponds.
But wait, industrial cooling isn't the only place where pure water is a must-have. Think about fountain pools, gargoyles, or swimming ponds, places where human contact is frequent, and let's be honest, aesthetics are everything. This brilliantly illustrates how the exact same technology adapts to a totally different environment. Fountain and pond owners demand sustainable, visually perfect results. They want crystal clear water, sure, but they definitely don't want to swim in or sit next to harsh chemicals.
By rapidly breaking down algae and biofilm using that exact same oxidative microbicidal solution, the GreenSafer system protects our precious, natural freshwater resources. It keeps the water looking visually pristine and perfectly safe, completely naturally.
Section 5. Voices from the field.
Okay, I absolutely love understanding the mechanics of a system, but what I love even more is hard proof. So we're now moving from theoretical claims to absolute, peer-reviewed reality. I want to share a barrage of social proof straight from the facility managers and operators who've actually implemented this system on the ground. We'll start with this foundational quote from Michael Meyer at Phoenix Contact. He says, "The promises are kept. The water quality is right. There are no germs and Legionella in the cycle." This really sets the baseline of trust. The system does exactly what it is legally mandated to do. It guarantees the total eradication of Legionella, giving facility managers total peace of mind.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the benefits quickly escalate way beyond just basic safety. Stefan Pielsticker points out that thanks to the GreenSafer system, they haven't spent a single hour scrubbing tubes for years. I mean, just think about the brutal manual labor saved there. And because the biofilm is entirely gone, he also notes that the actual cooling performance of their industrial equipment has noticeably improved. So it's a massive win for maintenance schedules and a massive win for mechanical efficiency. This next anecdote is just wild. Heiner Axman shares that they had a water circuit that had been polluted and dirty for, get this, 15 years. He notes that it is literally unbelievable what the system dissolves right out of the pipes and tools. After 15 years of built-up stubborn grime, he reports that the water is now crystal clear, to the point where you honestly can't even imagine it. That is a dramatic, undeniable before and after contrast. Next up, we have Klaus Fleisch from Homog GmbH reinforcing the absolute consistency of this ecological method. He states, "We have never had such clean water. All water samples are without complaint. When the health inspectors show up or when routine safety audits happen, the water samples pass flawlessly every single time. Honestly, that's the dream." So the absolutely crucial point is captured right here by Bernd Albrecht. He states that by using biodiesone as their disinfectant, they were able to entirely replace a highly dangerous good, formaldehyde. Seriously, let that sink in for a second. By switching to this ecological system, they completely removed formaldehyde from their facility, drastically increasing the safety of their employees. That is the ultimate life-changing safety win.
Let's synthesize all of these validated wins into a single, comprehensive overview. The evidence proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that this ecological treatment is demonstrably superior to the old ways. You get a working environment with absolutely no germs or Legionella. You achieve aesthetically perfect, crystal clear water. Your heavy industrial machinery benefits from improved cooling performance because there's no more biofilm choking it up. And most importantly, you completely replace dangerous goods, which leads directly to vastly increased employee safety. It's the whole shebang. Which brings us to the end of our explainer today, and I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. Looking at the overwhelming evidence, the incredibly strict regulations, and the amazing success stories straight from the field, you kind of have to ask yourself, are you ready to upgrade from toxic chemical warfare to simply pure, sustainable water? The technology is here right now, the proof is undeniable, and the ecological pivot in water treatment is already well underway. Thank you so much for joining me to explore this vital topic today. I really hope this sparks some great ideas for how you think about sustainability and facility management in your own world. Until next time, keep learning.